Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going over Solana as it is making the exact move that we have been calling for the last about 24 hours, and I do believe that there is the possibility of some extreme upside potential here. So with that being said, of course, let's go ahead and let's get straight into today's video. So what we were calling for from Solana was the cancellation of this head and shoulders pattern, okay? We've been wanting to invalidate this for a while now. Over on the 4-hour charts especially, you can see this massive head and shoulders pattern that had a breakdown target back towards $140. Now I told you all, I don't think this is gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna see this breakout to the bottom side, but it's something that you cannot ignore, okay? You can never ignore a pattern that looks that bearish. And now what I said was the first step. What's the first thing that we need to do is to invalidate this right shoulder. That's it. That's just the first step. Let's get back above this right shoulder and let's hold some support here. And as you can see on the 4-hour charts, our price went up. We cleared that right shoulder. We cleared $204, which was this wick resistance. We then came back down and on the 4-hour charts looked to establish the support. We saw a wick, but we never broke down below it and held below it. And now we are looking to make a move to the upside. Now, of course, we did get this big green candle and then we ended up dropping back down. So a big green wick like that isn't necessarily the most bullish thing ever. It does show a lacking of bullish momentum, but the fact that we are starting off this 4-hour candle pretty nice does show another sign of strength. So it does seem as if we are working our way back to the top side, especially now that we have also cleared this secondary level of resistance at $204. I said that once we were able to do that, our next mission, of course, is to clear that previous high, which is going to be the head. Now, it's pretty obvious that we want to clear this previous high, but in terms of fundamentals and technicals, we want to clear that high as it completely invalidates this entire head and shoulders pattern. Because at the moment, we could technically be looking at still another formation of the right shoulder, but in some type of M shoulder. These are a little bit less common. You know, they typically don't break to the downside, but they are, again, within the realm of possibility. And there's something we need to look out for. So at the moment, the whole game plan is to get back above this previous high. Well, now we start to consider, is this going to happen? Is this possible? Are we about to make another move? You know, back up. Let's see. This is going to be another move of about 6 to 7%. Well, first of all, I think Solana moving 7% isn't really all that hard from what we've seen in the past. But I also do believe that there is a technical reason for the price to make that move. The technical reason is going to be this double bottom / W bottom in which we did put in. Now, of course, we set that W bottom, we set the left high, we came down, set our midline resistance, came back down, reestablished support, and are working our way up. And the whole goal of a W bottom is to clear this midline resistance and hold it. And as you can see, as we did invalidate the right shoulder on this head and shoulders right here, that also did give us the ability to clear this midline resistance, which basically goes to show that now our breakout target for this W bottom is going to be, let's go ahead and get this perfect, right up here. We're going to apply the distance from the midline resistance down to our most recent bottom. We're going to apply that to our breakout, our breakout zone, our midline resistance right here. And we can see that our breakout target now becomes directly, I'm talking almost perfectly on $218, which puts us back up towards his head, which should give us the ability, again, to clear and invalidate this entire bearish pattern. Okay, so overall things are looking absolutely fantastic, and we have almost completely invalidated this whole potential, fall down to the downside. Because don't forget, we were looking at a possible fall. If we go ahead from our top of our head down to our resistance and support zone, we were looking at a fall back towards $140. So invalidating that just gives us even more potential to move to the upside, and of course set that new all-time high and hold above that all-time high. Now, in terms of if I would be buying at this exact moment, what I'm actually looking for is, now that we've seen this bullish momentum, I actually want to see the same thing from our MACD. So our MACD is one I've been following very closely on Solana, as it does seem to it gives us a very clear picture of what a look around the corner may be for what the price may do. And we are still seeing a bit of a downtrend on our MACD green candles. We're starting to see them turn into that light green color, as well as we are still seeing minor convergence here. We haven't completely seen our blue EMA, of course, turn away from our orange line. And so with that being said, I just want to see a bit more divergence. I want to see the price turning itself back around, especially on the daily charts. You can see it even more clearly. We are seeing a pretty substantial fall on that MACD, as well as the fact that on the blue and orange lines, we haven't seen that divergence yet. We're still somewhat converging, and if we get that blue-orange cross, that's typically going to be a bearish pattern, with the fact that we do have a major bearish technical pattern forming on the charts. I actually just want to see that we don't see this convergence happen. I want to see these two diverge away from each other. And then with that, I do believe that there could be some more potential for buying right now. Of course, you guys do know that in our Patreon, on the private group, we did go ahead and get on this thing on a midterm trade at about $145. And so at the moment on this thing, I mean, we're still up a pretty significant amount, up to 40%. So, a lot of buying right here, I necessarily wouldn't be doing, a major accumulation. But I do believe if you're trying to start a position on Solana, looking for that divergence on the daily and 4-hour MACD may give you the ability to pick up this thing as it does ramp up again in momentum. Now, if you are trying to do that and you're unsure of the best place to buy it, if you're outside the United States, 100% I would recommend you using ByBit. They have the lowest fees that I've found at this point, and they have some of the best trading volume, as well as the fact that you have the potential to win up to $500 when you deposit $500 yourself. I would go ahead. I would honestly, I know so many of you ask me, especially for those of you out in Sweden and the UK and Australia and many of those places where a lot of our, US exchanges aren't available. I would just go use ByBit. That's just my recommendation. There's a referral link down below if you do want to check it out, but of course, that's totally up to you. So overall, at the moment, guys, things are looking absolutely phenomenal. What I want to see right now is that, again, we do hold above $201. It does seem as if we've held some support here. And so I do believe that we have the momentum to now see that 6 to 7% gain back up to this $218 to $215 level. So as long as we are above 201, do be looking for that move to 218. And the moment we do clear 218, we will have completely invalidated this inverse, or not even inverse. No, I wish it was an inverse head and shoulders, but we will have completely invalidated this head and shoulders pattern. And that would be a significant thing for the price of Solana, as I do believe it would be, that breaking of chains to see another continuation back up towards $250. So with that being said, of course, I will update you guys as soon as anything important or significant does happen. The price is a little bit consolidated at the moment, so there's not too much new to talk about since the last video, but I did want to update you all on how this thing is looking and where the bullish or bearish momentum lies. So with that being said, of course, if you did enjoy today's video, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. I post new videos on this channel 2 to 3 times every single day, and if you want to make sure you are as up to date as possible on all of your favorite altcoins, make sure that you do turn on all notifications when you subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. But with that being said, I will see you all again very soon. You have an absolutely fantastic morning or evening, of course, wherever you're at, and I'll see you next time. Peace.